can't wait to see how this set pans out.
Okay. All right, good luck, have fun, guys. All right, let's see what these people start off with. We're seeing both of them start off with PC openers. Not going to get the PC though. And we're just seeing Cheep just carry on stacking up, and also just making sure he does have a form of defense. He likes to go for these. He likes to play pretty much around the center of his board, and already just taking that round.
Yeah, Cheep just putting on a lot of pressure. Rippleyo looked like wasn't able to find a down stack. I'm gonna guess both of them. Oh, looks like Cheep. Both of them going for an interesting TKI variant there. But Rippleyo, so much clean garbage, but all on the left well, so he's gonna be very dependent on eyepieces. Is able to find a really nice down stack combo, though Cheep finding a way to not tank too much of the cheese there. And now Rippleyo kind of in the hot seat here, but is able to find the down stack. A little bit anyways, but it looks like he's gonna escape the situation. Yes, 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 okay. But yeah, it looks like both players in pretty good positions right now. Rippleyo, a little bit of a misdrop there. We'll see if Cheep's gonna be able to take advantage, but I think most of Cheep's strength comes in his ability to downstack, because as opposed to like his ability to send really huge spikes. And not that like downstacking is a bad skill to have, you know, kind of keeps you alive, but might make it a little bit more difficult to take advantage of some of those misdrops on Rippleyo's side. But still, both players doing a good job keeping their stacks in check here. Yeah, Cheep a little high up, but a really nice downstack that he found there. Oh, big spike from Rippleyo, but very impressive defense there from Cheep. And now Rippleyo a little bit high up here, able to get down though, just in time. So it looks like, yeah, Rippleyo still a little bit of cheese to get through. Cheep trying to spike, but now Rippleyo a field of clean to be ready to be sent here. As he sends it, we'll see now Cheep the one with the clean garbage. Oh, is he gonna? Yup, barely gets out of there. And oh, Rippleyo barely able to hang in there. A Cheep misdropping a little bit now, kind of squandering his chance maybe at a round win there. But now back in business here, but so is Rippleyo. And yeah, Cheep, he's playing a little bit slower here. He's you could even say he's panicking a little bit. And yeah, Rippleyo gonna come out of that round somehow. Crazy.
Yeah, I feel like with Cheep's playstyle, like from what we've seen in previous tournaments, like Tetro does help him with that. Like the way how Cheep likes to work around the middle of his board, and then just goes for these really quick combo spikes. And yeah, along with the, if he's able to get that multiplier triggered, yeah, he can just do some serious damage.
Yeah, really good spike there from Cheep. So we'll see whether he's able to kind of keep that up here. So yeah, it looks like both players going for PCO, but Cheep then not opting to building a fractal instead. Rippleyo also just kind of stacking up there 5-4. Yeah, Cheep, unfortunate Q a little bit there, had to make a few skims, but I think the cheese might actually be helpful in the long term. And yeah, now he's spiking Rippleyo, who's in a bit of a difficult spot to get out of, but Cheep with some misdrops of his own. So we'll see how he's able to handle this situation. Very nice downstack there from Cheep, and now Rippleyo having a little bit of trouble maybe getting out of this. The flat eye, very interesting decision there, but it does work out for him. And yeah, Cheep slowing down a little bit to get that 180 spin for sure in there, and is able to send clean, but now Rippleyo has all the clean garbage here, and Cheep the one under pressure and not able to get through the cheese.
It was very well played from Rippleyo. Okay. We're seeing an MKO from Rippleyo. Cheep with some very unfortunate misdrops at this beginning of this round. But yeah, considering it is quite early, it's not. I don't think it'll be too much of a problem for Cheep to get through this. And here we go. Cheep getting that really nice 5 combo as well. Just again, attempting to try and send some cheese to Rippleyo's board, but not really gonna add too much pressure right now. And here we go, Rippleyo just making sure he try. Oh no, he has a Z piece misdrop. He's trying to make sure that he's able to clear up his board on this down stack, but trying to do the most right now and trying to find these extensions on these down stacks. Not going to be able to get it though. That's Cheep taking the round.
Yeah, Cheep super creative overhang there, soft dropping 2 eyepieces to make it work, but he did send the T-spin with that, which did win him the round. So yeah, both players finding PC in that sort of situation where whoever spikes first might win the round, but both players at similar enough skill level to be at the point where they can both send at the same time and then not tank. So it looks like Cheep has a very clean board here, no cheese at all, whereas Rippleyo has a little bit of garbage, but it's mostly clean. So if he can get this, yeah, which he does, he looks like he'll be probably in a very nice position. Oh, unable to get a Tetris out of that to make full use of the multiplier combo, but doing still a good job of getting out of the situation there for Rippleyo. Now Cheep, yeah, opting to send that T-spin single there, maybe to add a little bit of cheese, and yeah, I think it seems to be working because Rippleyo is in a bit of a difficult spot here. Cheep is going to take that round. Yeah,
Cheep just playing really, really well right now, making some really nice decisions in terms of how to handle himself. All right, we're seeing Cheep going for a TKI, Rippleyo going for a few. I think it was a TKI variation, but still able to just to start returning the garbage so early on, but still getting pressured. And wow, a bit of unfortunate misdrop on Rippleyo's board with that T piece.
Yeah, Cheep kind of running away with this right now. Looks like both of them going to be starting with Cheep getting a PC, Rippleyo just kind of making sure he's ready to send back all the clean garbage. And he sends a very cheesy attack there, so we'll see how Cheep is able to deal with this here. And he's doing a good job of like slowing down to find the down stack, and it's working out very nicely for Cheep, but Rippleyo, very nice T-spin setups there. And it looks like he's in a pretty good spot here. Cheep wasting an eyepiece, unfortunately. He had to because of an unlucky Q, but is still able to exit the situation unscathed, and then a big spike on his end, but Rippleyo able to survive barely. But yeah, not able to survive that.
Yeah, match point for Cheep right now. I mean, Cheep is just playing insanely well. And yeah, just making sure he's able to punish just in time and just getting everything just executed really well. We're just seeing those PCs come through from both players, so just canceling each other out. And then we see Rippleyo just trying to make sure he's trying to keep his board fairly clean, gets back down to the bottom of his board right now, just as Cheep does as well. And now we're seeing Cheep just go for the T-spin. Oh, nice T-spin double into the back-to-back, and that's just going to add that back-to-back chaining as well. So that just adds that bit of pressure onto Rippleyo's board. And here we go, working around the garbage for Cheep. Rippleyo seems to be under a lot of pressure right now. He tries to do the most and tries to get out of it, and now there he is. He's back in the game. And now Cheep, although still just trying to pressure as much as he can, working around the middle of his board. And now Rippleyo under some pressure, and that's going to be game.
Yeah, really clever spike at the end from Cheep there, down stacking into a T-spin, which really just put that extra little oomph to seal the D.